Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I am so excited to be back with more of What Remains of Edith Finch. This game has a lot going on in it, and every death of a family member has some type of story connected to it, and I'm guessing we are going through every family member's story. So let's just get started. Alright, we just finished Milton, which he didn't even technically die, he went missing.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
What did Milton find? The truth? Did we go up here yet? I don't think so.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Louis.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Louis's room. Except Louis.
Oh, he was a smoker. Hell yeah. What a homie. Alright, we're now in Louis's room.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
That's actually a really sick room to look at.
Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse.
Oh,
Newly
no.
sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He
Okay.
kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Oh, I see. Now I'm walking.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small.
This is a really fun
Imagining
but
a labyrinth.
scary mechanic. Like, this is hard.
He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats and
Bats.
toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
This is a very fun mechanic, but also very hard, because I have to
he
chop
found
fish
something
and
else.
run around.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery, I spoke with his boss, but he said Louis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Louis. So I let him go on.
Ooh. Oh,
I even
wow.
encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first.
I hear a doggy.
He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Louis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians
This is so cool.
and songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band, and he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery, but his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination,
Oh.
so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor, and he won.
Oh, he became mayor in his own imaginary town. Love
They
that.
begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Whoa.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville.
He's conquering cities.
St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he
Minneapolis.
forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
Oh my goodness.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
Handsome queen.
handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for
Rainbow, radiant rainbows. Why not? I like rainbows.
radiant rainbows.
Ooh, a rainbow! Yeah!
He followed the sound of her
Silver harp.
silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
Okay.
Even then, his logic remained sound.
Oh, now it's full
He knew
screen.
the world was all in his imagination,
Go. Let go of the fish.
but he was so proud of having created it.
Let go of the fish.
In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming.
This is crazy.
And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to
Aw.
argue with him.
Whoa. Where? I guess we're at the cannery now? That's what this has to be.
He began to forget the world we know.
Oh, hey, look, it's his. Okay.
I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker.
Oh, that's Lewis. That's us, I think. I'm guessing.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Yep, Finch. What do? Do I walk around him? He's not even grabbing fish. He's like out of it.
I still thought I could save him, even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would
Whoa.
be packed with his companions.
It's so festive.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Look at them all. They're all jolly and happy. Look at them. Ah, the handsome
As
queen.
waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
Accept the crown.
Bend down his head.
Oh my god, it's a guillotine.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Oh my god, that's so sad. That broke my heart. Oh my god. Alright, back
On the
up
way
these
back
stairs.
from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed, but I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner,
We're going to our room.
but it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Edith. it's art journal.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Oh, now we get to roam around on the last night.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance, or that Edie had a key to it.
Oh, we finally get to go into the library.
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning.
Ooh, putting her in a nursing home?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were
Oh
born.
my goodness.
That
Whoa.
night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life.
This is the house that they came to the island with, I'm guessing? Because they had to rebuild the
Never
Finch
thought
house.
I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around.
Oh, whoa, what? I was going straight. I shouldn't have ran into anything.
For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things.
Whoa, it's a deer.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends.
Bed.
That
That looks like a
night,
chair.
A lot of things came back
Oh,
to
it's a
me.
lot of furniture.
Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine!
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
Oh, we didn't even get to finish
I
it.
never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Oh, she vanished.
After that,
I mean, to
we
be
moved
fair, I
on.
wouldn't want to go to a nursing home either.
We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by.
Oh, I
My
love
mom
this
didn't like to
mechanic.
talk
This is
about it.
pretty.
But she started getting sick a lot. The
Uh-oh.
rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't.
Oh, that's so sad.
And then I was alone. the last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you.
Is this like... So this...
But now I hope you'll never see it.
I'm guessing Edie... Or not Edie.
You.
Edith died.
I'll tell you all these stories myself.
Yeah.
But I guess if you're reading this now...
Yeah, this
things
was...
didn't work out that way.
Yep. How did Edith die?
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Oh, whoa. It was to her son. I had a feeling, but she was added to the graveyard. That was it. That's it. Oh, the person they made it for. Oh, they have real pictures. Oh my goodness. I love when they show like the actual people who created the story. I think that's just so cool. I also love how all these photos are them as kids, not as adults, and it's so cute. I love this. The Edith Finch team. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, and look, on the left you can see all of them together. The end. Oh. This episode was a lot shorter than I was expecting it to be, but so much happened, and it's such a good game. I mean, I don't even know what to say. It was well put together. It was beautiful. It had an amazing story. Like, 10 out of 10 game. 100%. I want to thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!